Opening a guitar shop in 2025? Stay tuned. We have our own opinions and advice, and maybe the best way to do it. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And it's me, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
How's it going?
You had a late night last night.
Got a late night.
That's good. I did not.
Nose beers.
No, making music, late night. So we get lots of people call us about opening a new guitar shop. And we have no idea what we're doing. Disclaimer, first off. We're confused.
Yeah.
We're figuring this out every day. But no, we were trying to think what would we do if we had to open a shop in 2025?
Yeah.
Because if you're wanting to open a shop, we're shooting this right now in the summer of 2024. You're looking at your 2025 is when you're going to open the shop. You're not opening it next week.
Yeah.
So we were sort of figuring out what would be the best direction. How would you open a guitar shop in this climate with the industry, the economy, the world in the way it is?
Well,
there's ways to do it.
I wouldn't. I'd open a casino. Like that.
Gambling.
But
No, so one of the things we looked at was, Derek had ideas he'd want to have a strong repair section for both amps and guitars.
Which I think is smart. We know that's kind of like a dying breed of the guitar industry right now. And I say dying breed, that probably sounds a little dark, but
very dire.
It's especially on the amp end. The idea of finding a decent amp tech that you can trust doesn't seem impossible, but it's pretty close.
It's slim pickings. We're finding people. I was well, I've worked on washing machines before. I can probably do it. And all right, here's my vintage Fender.
Yes, do all the things to it, just like a washing machine.
God, I know how electricity works. All right, here you go.
It's all the same, right? In the dark.
We're screwed. No, but having a proper luthier, that's a neat part. But let's take it even back further. Once we schemed on this for a while, and we thought, I wouldn't even open a physical storefront at first.
Yeah.
This is the chance for, if you're sitting there on Reverb, and you got your guitars in the back, and you're sitting there on eBay, and you're sitting there looking at all this stuff, it's time to turn that armchair quarterback into the real guy. Start selling at home. Well,
and a good way to maybe think about it, and I take this from my grandfather himself. He started his business at night and worked. He had a job, and he'd come home and he'd work on people's boats here and there, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then one day he's like, "All right, I'm gonna quit my job and go do this."
That's cool.
If you think about it, that might be a better way of entry into the guitar world. Just in general, is kind of lean into in my free time, I'm gonna hunt down some cool vintage guitars, maybe.
Well, that's another thing, but but that is a great idea. It's almost like your hobby can slowly become even when we opened casino guitars years back, gosh, so long ago now. I was still teaching full time.
Yeah.
While we were open, so we had James or whoever's in there would I'm leaving to go teach at noon or whatever, and I'd teach my my 30-40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And just say that's just to pay the bills while you're doing this crazy thing. So it wasn't all of a sudden I'm opening a shop up, everything stops, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I still have multiple other jobs I was working. It's just what you do.
Well, and I think that's maybe that's more so the process, especially if you're looking to cultivate it and you have a great love for what you do, and you always have. And that's really cool to see, and maybe that's how you maintain that flame, is understanding it's not just, and now I have a successful shop. It's
bam,
there's a lot of time put in, and then also you might have to do other things until that.
Well, that is the thing. I do see a lot of new shops opening right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We're excited about it. But it's just a huge infusion of capital, huge infusion of product and pieces. And bam, we're a shop now. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's there's been no sort of growth. We had the teaching studio set up years before the shop was even a thing.
Yeah.
Just to make sure there was we established our local sort of dominance as the music experts, and then the retail opened up.
Yeah.
But it's good. You can throw a lot of money in a problem, and that does work a lot of times, but not always. But what you said earlier, vintage and pre-owned pieces, a great way to start. I would stand at an arm's length from all the new pieces for right now, because every manufacturer has gone direct, pretty much. I think there's PRS is one of the last man standing.
Yeah.
And so all the majors So you're competing with your partners.
Yep.
So you have to be aware of that going in. Like, they're offering, direct sales out there to your customers or your future customers.
That's right. And not only are they offering direct sales with their own, price cuts or whatever it is that they're doing, discounts and stuff like that, you also got to worry about a place like Sweetwater. Not that we don't love Sweetwater, but they offer 48-month financing and stuff.
They offer 16-year financing.
There you go. You can take a mortgage out on that guitar.
And the way financing works within like the businesses will be paying a fee to allow you to finance, and as the longer it goes, the higher the fee goes up. So they might be paying 15% for you to finance, and Sweetwater can absorb that. Other independent shops cannot absorb that.
Yeah, to where exactly like you're saying, a small shop, it would put almost like a stranglehold. Like you wouldn't make anything. You would actually just you would be lucky to break even.
And that's another part, like going back into it, the breaking even part, like when we mentioned lessons programs are huge in these things. And when we're saying all this, like, lessons, repairs, pre-owned and vintage, like that's a lot of mom and pop shops you've seen across the board. We're talking, you got to do it first class though.
Yeah.
People, if you're doing that, if you didn't, if you're gonna have a physical place, but we still say first, start on Reverb, start on eBay, start selling direct. That way to the customer, build an online presence.
Yeah.
And slowly work into a shop.
Well, and what's cool about that is you can cultivate your own casino guitars in a way, right? Because that's your vision of what this is. You can cultivate that from your home in your bedroom. You know what I mean?
In your underwear.
In your underwear. You can design a whole
kind
thing.
of amazing.
Now, there's a lot of work that goes into it too, but me and Derek were talking about that before we hopped on the video here. Was like, he knows a guy down in Florida who posts on the Facebook Marketplace and Reverb, and all of his photos kind of have an aesthetic that matches them and stuff like that. It's smart because it's identifiable. We consider those things.
Well, and like when you do it, we're sort of encouraging like the pre-owned and the vintage type, just because it's a different market.
Yes.
It's you're not getting buying minimums from these manufacturers either, that you're gonna have like, hey, we expect you to buy 6 Les Paul Standards this month and 3 Epiphones and like 5 V's, and they're all gonna be Blueberry Burst.
All the accessories, and then
I mean the accessory, like just manufacturing wise, like the accessory buy-in for some of these manufacturers is more than some people want to spend on a few guitars.
Yes.
You might be spending like anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 per annum on accessories.
That's right. And then
that you have to buy.
Where they are also sold, Sweetwater, all those places like that you're competing against. So, and direct as well. Doing that kind of sucks the air out of the room.
I know,
for some of that.
But see, the hopeful thing is that why we're encouraging this, because like start at home, like you can shape and cultivate like what your shop might become. And then I love talking to people. I'm like, here's what we did wrong, here's what we've done right. But I'm helping, so we need it. We need there to be a birth of new independence down the road, because that's what that's about half of these manufacturers' markets is, and their buy is the independent chain, and they need it, they want it. That's why they're frantically scrambling, going direct. Is Sam Ash closes, Guitar Center had huge issues over the past few years. Sweetwater's been bought by another, private equity, but they're still banging along, killing it. And I just bought my kid a electronic drum set from there. Yeah. We all stopped at guitar stores. We were at Guitar Center this weekend.
Yeah, it was great. We had a good time.
Harry's.
And Harry's.
The new show. We haven't been to the new show. It was awesome. Everybody at Harry's was great.
Yep.
Thanks for being so nice to us too. If anybody at Harry's was watching, but it's great if you're in Raleigh and you haven't been there. Check it out. There's road signs on how to get there. They're doing road construction.
I was gonna say it's a little tricky to get there right now, but don't give up right whenever you get there. You're like, oh, it's not here. It is there.
It's like the beginning of Indiana Jones.
It is. It's pretty great.
Yeah, but you won't die.
That's right.
Maybe.
I mean, it's
possible. But we need this to be a sort of a slow groundswell, like and it sort of lets you know if you really love this game in the industry, and if you do want to invest and get a storefront. Does it even need to be a thing in the future?
Well, and it's cool too, because I think that is going to be something that over time glues the guitar community together better. More
betterer.
We hear so much about the hatred of forums and stuff like that. Well, we are what makes this stuff, right? So if you want to make it great, let's use the internet for some good and do that. You know, don't feel like you have to go down to Guitar Center and sell your thing.
Let the internet be Krypton, not kryptonite.
Exactly.
God, that was smart.
That was
I'm
smart.
really proud of that.
Superman himself in the flesh.
But no, it's because even when we were at Harry's, like we're playing guitars that we don't carry, so we're having a great time.
Yeah.
Playing the Revoltas and like
it was great.
top hat guitars, and it's like this is cool.
It was cool.
You know, it's like there's always room for like different types of shops. You could focus on pedals only. You know, or if you are going to go new, you got to be careful and watch your margins and bottom lines. And like if you can afford it to differentiate yourself, like some of the high end stuff maybe is better.
Yeah.
You know, just so you can develop a base that will want to come and see those pieces. And,
absolutely, yeah.
But it's tricky. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and it's, you know, what's your vision? You know,
the vision's important, and that's why we're saying online you can have time and safety without a huge capital investment to develop your vision and what you think your casino guitars might be.
That's right, and know that that doesn't happen overnight. That usually takes 10 years to get it to a place where you're like, all right, that's the vision.
That's, you know, that's even before you got. I mean, like I had visions before we opened. I worked out plans, and like it's you know, it's years of just. Yeah. But then eventually you gotta, you know, poop or get off the pot too. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it.
That's right.
You know, it's you know, like check your region, see like what they have. If there's no one around, full speed ahead.
That's right. If there's 50 places and you see that they're all carrying kind of the same things, figure out what makes you different.
I mean, if there's like a ton of places right around and they have what you want to carry, don't do it.
Yeah.
That'd be like, just don't. Even if you think you can do something different, if you're carrying the same peas and pods, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's just it's an uphill battle. Yeah. Figure out something special. There's lots of toys.
That's right.
That's all I got.
I think that's it, right?
That helps. It's fun too. This is a fun video.
It's fun.
So had quite a few people ask recently, and so it kind of gives me hope that people are wanting to do this.
I think so. I have hope as well.
So click like, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Don't forget the road to 100,000. We're giving away guitars and pedals and amps and all sorts of things every month. Just got to tune into our live stream, which airs
Wednesday, 10 p.m. a.m. p.m. a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
Sean didn't get to sleep until 2:30.
Oh, it was like 3:30.
Oh, Jesus. Like, you took that fella home.
I mean,
oh, gosh. God, that's
handsome
crazy.
man.
Weird. Thanks for joining us. Peace be with you. See you guys next time.